Hello, strong people. Week 3, day 3 of Iron Grizzly Classic Prep. It's our secondary press day. I got out here really late tonight. The wife worked late, so it's one of those nights where I sit around until she's home because I don't want to put the dogs back away. And then I sat around a little too long, so we're still out here. It's raining. It's been raining a lot. Everything's slightly damp in here. The floor's a little slippery, so I gotta be careful or else I'll fall. We don't want that. So we got, oh crap, what is it? 3 sets of 6? And a plus set, I think, of incline log, just ramping up to a top set. So set 1 a little bit kind of lighter. Or I shouldn't say heavier as I go. I'll say that. I have no idea what I'm going to hit today because we had bands last week on it, so going to a regular pressing after taking off bands is a little bit, I don't know how it'll translate. Bands is one of the things I've never used long enough, consistently enough to really know how much of a carryover there is, but I don't know, it works for some. Oh, and I talked to my coach about the whole pressing thing, how my idea about the strict press being first and then push press after. And the way I should have explained it this way, I might actually mention it to him again. But the way that I explained it to you guys about how the top part of a deadlift is bad because of your start position, I didn't mention that to him, but I might. So the kind of the same thing. If your lockout's bad in the log, is it your triceps or your leg's just not strong enough to throw it? So it's a good argument there. But I also made the point that for me, strict press and push press are 2 very different movements. I don't set up the same way. I do not. My rack position's different. My torso angle, or whatever you want to call it, thoracic angle, is different. Foot spacing's a little bit different. Everything is slightly different. And when everything is slightly different, it makes for a big difference overall. So I just cannot. It's hard to train. It's hard to warm up both ways. So whenever you have strict press and push press in the set, I'm not going to work up to my strict press sets, go back down, and then warm up push press the whole way through. It doesn't make sense to do that. You're doing the same movement, sort of. So what I end up doing is I'll strict press warming up, I'll do a strict press or 2, and I'll do a push press or 2. And it never quite feels the same. Going back from one technique to the next, I struggle with that. So whenever I get to my top set, I'll make a jump 20 pounds, 30 pounds, whatever it is. And for that top set on strict, that's it. But then I don't take that set for a push press after. So I go right into whatever my sets are, because at that point I just feel like I'm tiring myself out early if I take another warm up at push press. So let's say that I'm doing strict press 250, or let's do 300. 300 is my starting weight. So I have that for a set of 3. So my last warm up will be 250, 275, whatever. So we'll say it's 275. So I'll do a strict press at that weight. I'll do a push press or 2 at that weight. But then when I go to 300, I'm going straight for the strict 3 rep max or whatever it is. And then I'm not throwing in the push press immediately after. So then I'm resetting, coming back, and immediately going into my push press set. It's not quite clicking. So I want to separate the 2 movements as much as I can right now. I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know if my coach is going to change that right away or anything, but it's on my mind. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll gladly be wrong, but I'd rather take a chance and be wrong than do the same thing over and over again and not see results, which in my opinion is what's been happening. Push press has not gone up, strict press has. Now they're about the same. Doesn't make sense to me to be doing the same thing if the push press isn't going up. So yeah, let's do some pressing. Tired of talking. All right, I'm gonna make this quick because this is gonna be the last set on video. Well, not last set, last exercise. So we'll do a set. We got 3 sets of 10 here, so we'll talk in between. This felt really good. I think the slight lean forward of full extension is best instead of the standing straight up and down. That felt good. Log press, yeah. It just, log incline hasn't really felt all that great. Because like what, before I've hit low 4s for reps. Now obviously I'm not anywhere really near peaked. It's, you know, this isn't going to be a peak perfect show. So I don't expect to be absolutely matching all-time PRs in pretty much any lift, but it's not bad to get back into it. I'm a little bit tired of log incline, but it's worked, so I mean, I can't complain a whole lot. But it'd be nice to switch it up. Well, I don't know, because it doesn't seem to bother my shoulders. Incline, or not incline, close grip is kind of hit or miss. And generally speaking, a lot of strongmen just don't bench. They don't think it has much of a carryover. I'd say I agree with that. But like standard barbell bench could be fine, or like football bar bench, incline, I should say, for both of those could help. Or military. Military press is probably more what I should be training, just because I lean back a lot when I strict press. And if I'm military pressing, you know, seat is as straight up as I can get it, then I can't lean back. Obviously there's a bench there. So it prevents me from leaning back, and it forces me to push through my triceps. So, you know, I don't know. All right. And I didn't talk a lot earlier in between because it was raining hard and you wouldn't be able to hear me anyway, so. Forgot what rep I was on. I still don't know if that was 10, but JM press, that went okay. I mean, it went really good because my triceps were annihilated. Those, I don't really feel triceps during the movement, but whenever I'm done with the movement, I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong? It's a weird one. I love that movement. I think, in my opinion, it's a little bit dangerous. Just because that I don't even know what you want to call it. that position like this, it feels like it's putting a lot of pressure on my tricep, which it should because it's training them. But it's very close to one of those movements that I just don't like. Like single arm, or like French press, I think it's called. Anything over the head, like behind the neck tricep extension, I don't like. About the closest thing I'll get to it is like the banded one, but it's not coming from down, or it's not vertical. It's coming from like here out. So it's not that straight up and down thing. That movement, I don't like those movements at all. They're so uncomfortable. They put so much pressure on my elbow in like not a good way. Everything is soaking wet in here. Like because I'm walking around on the floor and stuff, obviously, but there's pools of water everywhere and I'm stomping in it because it's unavoidable. And then I'm going over to my squat rack, and it's just now the floor over there is all wet. So it is what it is until I get this thing sealed up in here. All right, let's do my last set because my lats are toasted after 2 sets. It's crazy. Wow, those hit really hard tonight. I don't have much else to say. Kind of a boring video, but that's where I've been the last 2 days. I don't know. I think I was kind of so high energy there when I first got my CPAP. I was just like uncharacteristically excited and like this whole new thing. And don't get me wrong, it's still working great. But, you know, I've kind of come back down to like, you know, this is what it's supposed to be like. So I'm not as like hyped up and excited every day now when I come in. I'm still excited to be here. I love being able to train. I love being able to feel good while doing it instead of just being like, ugh, you got to do it. That's called discipline, but you know, it's also fun to do it when you're feeling up to it. I think that's everything. I think there was something else I was going to say, but I have no idea what it was. Oh, they announced Strongman Corporation Nationals. It's like the first or second weekend in September in Las Vegas at some casino and resort. It's paired with a couple other things, I think. But that's pretty cool. I would love to go do that, but the issue is the Pro-Am is like 2 or 3 weeks before that. So there's a possibility if, you know, I do well enough there and I win my pro card, I wouldn't be able to cancel my trip. You know, I'd be screwed basically. I would have paid for the trip to Nationals and I wouldn't be able to cancel it in time if I win my pro card, because you can't be a pro and compete at Nationals. It's amateur Nationals. So in between a rock and a hard place there a little bit. It's like, because I don't know if OSG is going to be a thing for me this year. Like, waiting to see where it's announced first, and I don't know. I'm really open to whatever happens this year. So, like, and the thing is, if I win my pro card, then I am automatically qualified for America's Strongest Man, which is also in Vegas every year. I believe it's in like October or something. So, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of big ifs this year, kind of like there were last year, where it's like, all right, do I do this show? Do I do this show? All right, I won this show. I qualified for OSG, and now I go do OSG and all the stuff in between. There was just a lot going on last year that was undecided as of like September, very late in the year. So it's going to happen again this year. You know, August is going to hit, and that's going to determine the rest of my year after that. So, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. But it'll be fun either way. So, until next time, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.